Hey everybody, we're excited to talk to you today about the power of staying small. So we're a Mothership design company. I'm Josiah,
And I'm Meg.
and we run a boutique branding and web design studio here in Denver. So what happens when you feel the pressure to grow before you're ready, or what if you don't want to grow your team at all? Startup culture tells us we need to grow big and grow fast. However, there's tremendous power in staying small.
Small-scale businesses can be more adaptable, preserve their autonomy, maintain lower overhead.
Okay, let's back up.
I'm sorry.
All right. Hey everybody, we're excited to talk to you today about the power of staying small. So we are a Mothership design company. I'm Josiah.
And I'm Meg.
And we run a boutique branding and web design studio out of Denver. So what happens when you feel the pressure to grow before you're ready, or what if you don't want to grow a team at all? Startup culture tells us we need to grow big and grow fast. However, there's tremendous power in staying small.
Small-scale businesses can be more adaptable, preserve their autonomy, maintain lower overhead, and have greater potential for profit. During this session, we'll share how we've optimized our operations for increased productivity, refined our offerings to build better systems for better clients, and ultimately seen greater profits as a result of staying small.
Absolutely. So a big part of that is optimizing your operations and increasing productivity. So in a typical big corporation or a large team, there's often lots of hoops to jump through just to get something done, let alone make a big decision or a change in the business. We've seen entire teams rendered ineffective because the hierarchy of the department took away the decision-making power from individuals. And studies have even shown that small teams are more likely to voice their opinions, discover potential challenges, and ultimately make better, quicker decisions. So here's how we've optimized our operations to make our two-person team feel like a 10-person team.
So first, know your role. This is a big one. With only 2 people in the company, you'd think this would be straightforward. But we've found that if neither of us know exactly what we're responsible for, it could slow us down by both doing the same task or not focusing on the right tasks at the right time.
Think of an assembly line in a factory, right? If people were constantly moving around, trying to work on different things, there would be chaos. Take your services, write out all the operations needed to perform that service, and assign a person to each specific task.
And then next is project management. To be as productive as a larger team, you have to get organized. Project management software is also a way to cut down on in-person check-ins that will often run longer than intended.
So for our day-to-day projects, Meg will compile all relevant details like creative briefs, copy, images, any other assets required to complete the project, get that all in one place where I can simply take those assets and hit the ground running. With her managing all the details up front, I can focus solely on production before and after those details are being compiled.
And then next, refine your offerings. When you're striving to grow at a rapid pace, it's easy to get caught up trying to offer everything. But this can quickly lead to burnout from spreading your small team too thin. Not to mention you're probably only completing those fringe services to a mediocre level, and ultimately not building up your business's reputation for doing one thing really well. You may need to change your offerings altogether due to unexpected circumstances, as we've all witnessed recently, which is much easier to do as a smaller business with less moving parts. This is how we've recently started refining our own services.
So the first thing is definitely focus on what you're good at. What are the best, most in-demand services that you have to offer? Start with one or just a few offerings and go from there, and try to perfect what you're doing before branching out into too many directions. Otherwise, you may end up lost.
Automation and systems. Fully autonomous offerings might not be a possibility for every business. It's not for ours, but if you automate everything possible, you can increase the time available to focus on what your attention needs the most.
So this is where offering fewer services can also be a benefit. It's a lot easier to set up automatic replies or write out scripts for emails if you're certain the information will be relevant to most inquiries you receive.
Setting up production pipelines or systems is also easier when multiple projects can run through the same system rather than needing to change your production method for different types of projects.
Yeah. And the next big one is improve the quality of your clients. So every business needs customers, whether you provide a service or sell a product. But if you're not careful about the types of clients you attract, you can quickly find yourself with a list of clients you wish you didn't have.
There's many times when you know your company should not take on that disrespectful client or accept that project that's not really even in your wheelhouse, especially when you're already strapped as it is. But the reality is that when you've already got a larger overhead, a bunch of employees to pay, and feel the pressure to grow at an insane pace just to stay competitive, you're going to take on that terrible client or project.
So having your own business and choosing to stay small allows you the freedom to be more selective with the clients and projects you take on. You aren't as encumbered by the numbers, and you can take advantage of it to really hone in and focus on finding your niche and building up that clientele. Believe it or not, you can have clients that you truly love to work with, who value what you do, all while maintaining a successful business.
And so all of that leads to gaining greater profit. Ultimately, the success of your business comes down to profit. Generally, if you're maintaining a smaller business, you can actually experience more financial freedom. Less overhead, smaller, more focused team sizes, more efficient processes, and refined offerings all lead to greater potential profit and a heck of a lot less stress.
We're not saying to not grow, but recommend slower, more controlled growth that allows you to build a more sustainable business with a brighter future.
So we believe that the pressure to grow is a struggle many small business owners face, and one that is not talked about enough. There are countless seminars, articles, videos, and podcasts about scaling your team and achieving and maintaining rapid growth. However, there's very often little discussed about it being acceptable or even encouraged to stay at a small size.
So with so much pressure to become a large-sized business or hire an extensive team to be considered successful, business owners can often feel like they're not good enough. We've spoken with other business owners who feel the same, and others who describe rapid growth as the only way to achieve recognition and success. There's enough pressure, stress, and imposter syndrome that entrepreneurs face without adding any additional strain to grow.
In our 4 years in business, we've experienced just how much a small business can truly accomplish working as a team of two from a home office. We've expanded to an international client base and maintained a growing 6 figures in yearly sales, all while maintaining the freedom of entrepreneurship and a relentless passion for our field.
Yeah, so our hope is for you to experience the power of staying small in your business as well. So feel free to check out our story at mothersheddesign.com or follow along on Instagram at mothershed_design.
Thank you for joining us at the 8th Annual Denver Startup Week, the largest free entrepreneurial event of its kind. Be sure to share your experience at this session online using #DenStartupWeek. Thank you.
Thank you.